What's up, guys and gals, and welcome back to the Nerd Castle for another of episode 3 of the Long Dark. My name is Splattercat. Really happy to have you here today. I was hanging out for a little while, and I'm not super sure that I trust this lady that we're currently allying ourselves with. She seems to be a little mood swingy, as far as, we were friends, and it seemed like she was being all soft and warm and cuddly, and then 2 seconds later, she was freaking out, being don't touch anything in my house, I'll kill you. So, seeing as we've got a definite Stephen King vibe happening right here, I'm sort of going out of my way to keep myself safe. Yeah, just take that boiling hot pot and throw it back in your inventory. So find Thompson's Crossing. Okay, I think I could do that. Do we have a map? In the other episodes, we had a map. I don't know the names of all the places in this game. I know this map, backwards and forwards and where everything's at. But I don't know the names of all the places. I don't know if Thompson's Crossing is just the bridge before the little village, or what it is. Yeah, it looks like it is, actually. So it looks like it's the little bridge that's slightly in front of this. So, coming out of here, oh good. Got ourselves a fuzzy little friend coming along. Let's break out the blicky just in case. I don't think we're gonna need it, but if we end up needing it, do I have any bait or anything else like that? Did they move the bait icon? I think they moved the bait icon. I don't know how I feel about any of this. Nope, don't rush me. I shouldn't have aimed at him. The dogs charge you when you aim at him. Oh, he's dead. Nice, bro. Okay. Alright, we took this man out. What's up? You want some too? It's rough out in these streets. Alright, we can have a boo-boo right now if you want. We can have ourselves a boo-boo right this second. I don't really want to do that. It's kind of cold out. I think I'm just gonna have to let it lie. You can't eat wolf meat anyways. It gives you diseases and tapeworms, and it makes you all lethargic and tired. So I'd rather not. Instead, I think that my current goal. So don't aim. So if you're trying to kite a dog in this game, I didn't really think before I did. I was trying to be humorous. But anyways, don't really aim at dogs if you're planning on kiting, because they insta-charge you from pretty much any distance if you aim at them. For whatever reason, the dogs know when you're aiming a gun at them, even if they're facing a different direction. And so just don't do it. Just don't do it if you can help it. Is there anything inside the car over here? Yeah, matches. That's good. We always need more matches. Nothing inside the glove box. Got a candy bar right there. Sounds good, 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 good. All right. So, for those of you that don't know, I am currently, if you wanted to see the first 2 episodes of this game, I am currently playing through the Redux, right this second on Twitch TV. Okay? So, you can go and just check out my Twitch, follow over there. If you follow on Twitch TV/Splattercat Gaming, you'll get a notification when I go live. I stream at 3 o'clock in the afternoon every single day of the week. I'm always over there. I eternally live. Oh. This was a different direction than I expected. Did they rearrange this? I think they did. Yeah, they did. They rearranged the map. My spatial recognition is all off right now because normally this house is facing that way towards the end of the road. That barn doesn't even exist. So yeah, that's what's throwing me off. I was going to say, things feel like they're not in the spot where they normally are. But I'm going to head down to the road over here, and then we're just going to cut left and follow it all the live long way down. On the road again. Just can't wait to get on the road again. I kind of want to go up to that tower, but I got a feeling they're going to send us up there for the storyline anyways. I got a sneaking suspicion that's where we're going to end up. Let's go check this car. One thing I did notice is that our character does not have her finger on the trigger while she's walking. Trigger discipline. It's important. It's one of those little details that I appreciate in games like this. No woodsman or woodswoman worth their salt would be hiking right now with a rifle or a pistol in hand with their finger on the trigger. That's just a recipe for accidents, and if you do that kind of stuff, you definitely should stop. I can't think of too many hunters or too many outdoorsy people that would do that, but the second you say that, there will be a live leak video with somebody shooting their friend in the kneecap on accident who's standing next to him. So, what's going on over here?
Oh, shit.
Oh, we found a shank, and there's a dead guy over here. What's that say? From Regional Deputy Commissioner Stevens. Have we arranged additional officers for the upcoming inmate transfer? Roads and conditions are never good on Great Bear, and this year I'm hearing they are even worse than usual. Let's make sure we have enough help, where and when we need it. As you know, this bunch won't make it easy on us. Okay. Apparently there's been a prison break. That was the case in the first couple episodes, though, is that there are inmates running around all over Great Bear right now, just like pillaging and marauding. So, like, not a good look. Probably want to stay away from them cats. Them cats might be trouble. I'm going to keep on going down here. There's another barn over on this left-hand side.
Warming up a bit.
Yeah, that tends to happen when you're hypothermic. So anyways, there's going to be a house over here. We're going to get inside of there. We're going to try and warm up for a second. We don't really have the best of equipment right now, so I'm hoping that we can pick up some kind... I don't know if that's a dog right there or if that's a fence post. I don't know what my plan is. It appears to be either a dog or a rabbit, but our eyesight is not super great right now. It's a dog. Okay. So there's a wolf running around on that side, but we still need to get indoors. That's sort of a non-negotiable. We could make it to the next village over without stopping here, but this offers us a good opportunity for looting and finding new stuff. So I'm thinking we should go for it. Inside the car... I don't peep anything inside of here. Gloves. Oh, my bad. Yeah, that's what deafness sounds like. Firing a gun inside an enclosed vehicle. Yup, that's what tinnitus sounds like. That boy's already on us. Oh, there's a lot of you guys out here, ain't there? Okay. Well, we've got ourselves a bit of a lupine predicament right now. That one's playing a violin right now. Incredibly talented, some of these Canadian wolves. Polite as all be, too. They're like, excuse me, sir, do you mind if I just take a hawk with me for later, you know? We need to run the blockade right there. Hopefully nobody's charging. Nobody's charging. Alright, we're okay. We're going to make it through this perfectly fine, just fine. We do need to find some firewood while we're over here, so maybe inside one of these little sheds. One of these little cattle covers. Nothing. He is making a racket, isn't he? That doggy is not happy with our existence right now. He is not pleased with us continuing to draw breath. He wants to draw blood. What do we got going on inside of here? This is normally a pretty good spot for loot. Looks like we got ourselves a newsprint roll right there. We can make ourselves some tinder plugs out of that. A couple of firewoods right there, so that's good. Other things we have available, a survival bow and a simple arrow, just in case we don't want to lean too heavily on our bullet supplies. As of right now, we've got 2 wheels worth of ammo left. So, we'll have to make them count. We want to make sure we're not missing any shots like that one I put into the floorboards of that Ultima. Let's see here. Upstairs, there's sometimes goodies. Let's go have a little look-see. Nothing. Socks. Okay. Take those. The game has been auto-equipping stuff that I've been picking up. I don't know if it's still doing it, but when I was streaming, it was doing it. It is. It's auto-equipping still. Okay. I don't know why it's doing that. That is a perfectly fine feature. I don't mind it, but it threw me for a loop when I first saw it. I think they added some kind of auto-equip to the game in this patch. Arrow shaft, but no head to go along with it. Got a survival box. Hey, there's a pry bar. Hell yeah. Now we can get into the trunks of cars and things of that nature. So that'll help out a bit. More matches and some leather. I'm trying to secure, like, our next option. Okay, 2 bullets and a flare. Whole bunch of food right there. Forest Talker collectible. People aren't ready for this kind of change. They live among nature, but not with it. Inviting the machines in. They'll see how far that goes for them down the road. It's on the road where we'll make our stand. Okay. Sometimes these crates have stuff in them, but it's going to take a really long time for us to break them down. And so I just don't see that as being a worthwhile exercise for right now. It's almost the end of the day. Can I sleep in the car? I can. Okay, so I can sleep in the car. That's just what I wanted to make sure of. Let's get a fire going. And I'm going to try and make an all-night fire over here. It may not work out so great. But do I have any books? You got any books or anything? No? Okay, we don't have any books. Let's go ahead and light them up real fast. If we fail this time around, we're going to have to break down the... We only have 2 tinder plugs right now. So if we fail at this, I'm going to go upstairs and break down those cardboard boxes, or we'll have to convert some of our sticks into tinder bundles. Those are both valid options in the crafting menu if you've never played this game before. Perfect. First try. Not a bad fire, actually. Let's go ahead and we'll get some water running real fast. I like to have at least 4 liters of water on me at all times. That's going to take 2 hours to get done. How long is it going to take me to chop this up? 30 minutes? Nice, let's do it. Okay. That's another 2 hours of fire right there. We got 21 minutes till that's melted. Let's continue to have a look around and see what other firewood resources we can get out of this place. Perfect. This is going to wear down our axe, but hopefully along the way we'll find a whetstone somewhere. So that's boiled in another couple of minutes. There's another 3 hours of fire right there. I think we're in okay shape. 27 minutes till that's boiled off. I'm going to go get myself some more tinder because when I was looking at the menu, it reminded me that we're kind of low on that right now. So enough to start like 5 or 6 fires is usually safe enough. 20 minutes. I think our water is going to be done. Let's not do the other one for right now. How does it take you 20 minutes to break down a cardboard box? I feel like that's a serious question of efficiency and time usage. Let's see here. We've got more than enough water to last us a day or two. Fantastic. This stuff right here, so the stale, salty crackers, we'll want to be careful with those because we don't have any antibiotics. Anything that's got yellow numbers next to it has a chance of giving you food poisoning. And so just, like, don't do it. Resist the urge. Alright? Resist the urge. You'll die. If you don't have antibiotics or some type of, like, reishi tea, you are toast if you get food poisoning. Alright? We're a little bit tired for right now. Let's go ahead and we're going to clunk out for, let's call it 8 hours. We shouldn't freeze to death inside of here. I think we should be okay. We'll have to judge it for ourselves once we kind of get to the end of this sleep. So we got a good night's sleep right there. Now we can leave the vehicle. How much do we have left on our fire over here? 2.5 hours. Not too bad. I'm going to grab a torch out of here. Be aware, though, that taking a torch will reduce the amount of fire remaining inside of that thing. 45 minutes to break this down. I think that sounds okay to me, just to make sure we have enough fire to get through the night. I don't want to tempt fate. I think the car will allow us to stay all night without dying, but I'd rather not chance it. Go ahead and drink a little bit more water. The exception, so I talked about yellow text on any of these things. The exception to that is anything that's in a can. So if it's a canned soda, you can drink it even if it's like 5% and nothing bad will happen. At least I've never seen anything bad happen personally. But candy bars, meat, anything that's not in a can, probably don't want to eat it once the lettering goes yellow unless you have no other option or you have antibiotics available. If you have lots of antibiotics and not a lot of food, you can just get food poisoning and then antibiotic it real quick and nothing bad will happen to you. It'll be mildly inconvenient, but it won't be, like, hard. Glove box, you got anything for me? No. No gloves, no nothing. Let's go ahead and rest for another couple hours. Resting in a Dakota. Are we gonna survive? I don't know, sir. For now, we can probably just wait till the sun comes up anyways. There we go. Sun come up. I'm hoping we don't have a storm outside. I would really prefer it. Even if we do have a storm outside, I'm pretty sure we can still make the run. The weather is going to be nasty right now. Also got a wolfy boy over there. Okay. Soda inside the tractor. Sort of risking my life right now, trying to get into the tractor and grab that while there's a known wolf assailant on us. But in my mind, it's worth a look. Let's head on back to the road. We're going to cut to the left once we get there. Oh, there's a firebox over here. Hold on. A coal bin. Very nice. Okay. Well, coal. So coal is kind of a special fire starting tool in this game. So it's a special fuel. What coal is going to do for you is that if a fire has been active for more than 2 hours, you can then add coals to it, and coals will increase the temperature output by an insane amount. And then also on top of that, hey, free hatchet. Then on top of that, it will also make it so you can blacksmith if you put it in a forge. And then it also increases the fire's duration by 2 hours, which is by far the most that you're going to get out of like pretty much any fuel source in the game. It also has a primary use in Interloper. If you're playing the game on a high difficulty, you can use it for forges in order to blacksmith. So if you're ever thinking about blacksmithing, making your own tools like improvised knives, improvised hatchets, arrowheads, all that kind of stuff, that's going to be how you accomplish that. I'll grab these stones over here. There we go. I should probably holster my pistola for right now.
It's cold.
Yeah, it's chilly. It's not super pleasant right now. Okay, we're back on the road again. Boom, chicka boom, chicka boom, chicka boom. Interesting. We got black smoke on the horizon.
Oh, so cold.
In survival mode, that's definitely not a thing. So, in a post-apocalyptic situation like this game, where the world is effectively ended and everything is kind of in the throes of like nuclear winter or whatever else, IRL, if you were out in a location like this, these places tend to be pretty communal between neighbors and whatnot. And approaching a house for aid or a fire for aid is probably an okay idea as long as you aren't brandishing or anything while you walk up. This situation, though, we don't know what's awaiting us right there. I'd probably try to set up and observe if it was me personally. Kind of judge the body language of the figures, but
Call from the flyer.
seems plausible. But we know that there's hostile convicts running around, lighting things on fire, killing people, because we've played the first 2 episodes. And so, this could be a little bit risky. This may not turn out the way that you expect it to turn out, so we're going to go in muzzles hot just in case. Sometimes all it takes in the wilderness for somebody that's planning to act foul is just seeing that you have a firearm. You don't have to point it at them, you don't have to draw it or anything else. But sometimes, you know, I've met people, you know, doing surveys and whatnot when I was doing geology out like, you know, 3-4 hours from the nearest city. And like, they were sketchy. And sometimes that rifle on your back or that Glock that your buddy's got, you know, in a leg holster is kind of the thing that makes them think twice about acting foul. So I'm not saying you gotta be overtly hostile or anything else like that, but there are bad people out in the wilderness sometimes. It tends to attract people that don't want to be seen by society and are, you know, up to something. Not all the time, but if you're in the wilderness, you should always be somewhat guarded with strangers.
Mining town. Used to be anyway.
Oh, really? They said that's a beacon fire right there. So they set up a pallet fire. I thought the building was on fire, was my initial thought. Anything inside this truck right here? Oh, wow, there's an entire city here. I wonder if there's an entire city here now in the survival mode. Interesting. Normally there's a burned city over here in survival mode.
That's got to be the community hall.
Let's take a minute and loot. I'll go into the community hall, but since this used to be burned in survival mode, I'm kind of wondering if the storyline is going to burn the city down before I get a chance to loot it. I'm kind of curious, so I think I'd like to get some vittles and sundries and other stuff out of these places before we do anything else. Can opener, so that we're not opening cans with a knife anymore. That's good. Before that, we were chewing them open like a savage, so... It's been real rough on my dentition. Wouldn't recommend it. Herbal tea. So that's some sleepy time tea right there. That doubles the amount of healing that you get. If you drink it before you go to bed, it will double the amount of healing you receive during your next sleep. So that's a really good item. That's a fantastic item on higher difficulties because sometimes you unavoidably take a lot of damage and you need to bounce back from it quickly. That's the item that'll get you there. It'll allow you to recover probably 30, 40% of your HP in one night. Some matches right there. Clothing. Anybody got any clothing? There you go. Parka. Sounds good. We got leather shoes over here. I'm going to holster the weapon so I don't accidentally discharge it. Thin wool sweater. Take that too. We need about as many warm objects as we can possibly get right now. And the drawers right here are still looking pretty good. cargo pants. Those are actually really good pants, so that's good. What else we got? Worn t-shirt. Let's go through the gear and figure out what we want to wear versus what we want to spare. So instead of the t-shirt, we want to throw on the sweater. And, oh, we got like, so there's the, we've already put the pants on, so that's good. Got some gloves right there. They're not that great, but hopefully they'll be all right. We haven't picked up anything of that kind just yet, but instead of the windbreaker, we want to wear the parka. Trust me, you want to wear the parka. The windbreaker kind of sucks. It's not that great. It's really, really good for keeping yourself from getting wet if you find that you fall in rivers or do foreheady things very, very often. But for right now, we're going to harvest off basically the rest of this gear so that we don't have to carry it around with us. Okay, so having successfully harvested just about everything for raw materials like leather and cloth, I did want to point out you can loot the curtains as well for cloth. Book right there, that's an instant fire start, so I'll take that. And then we also want to hit, another soda. Nice. We're a little bit overweight right now, but we'll be okay. You can also loot the toilets for water if you find that if you're having trouble keeping yourself in water supplies. That's a great place to get water from. You can usually get about a day to 2 days worth of water out of every toilet. Sewing kit right there, which is what I was hoping we would come across. I'm going to take a second and we'll tear down some curtains because I think we're going to repair some gear today. We'll get our resistances up to the cold and to water and to rain and everything else by quite a bit. We're a little overweight right now because we're playing through this in the storyline mode. There's going to be plenty of food and plenty of water, so we don't need to play this like it's interloper mode and survival mode. We can basically be a little bit loosey-goosey with our resources, so don't stress too heavily about going through things if it means that you've got calories in your stomach, because if you keep yourself well-fed for 3 days straight, you're going to get a +5 carrying weight bonus that just like hangs out there until the next time you're hungry. Get that white fish out of our inventory. Good. We're still overweight, which is a little bit unfortunate. I wish that we weren't. Let's move on to the next house. We've basically looted and gained everything we have to gain from here. If we ever need cloth, we can come back, but don't really care right now. Okay. There's no wolves around. That's a really, really good thing. I don't want to deal with wolves right now, especially while I'm looting and I'm overweight. Nothing in the trash can. Farm fresh, huh? Something tells me it ain't so far. Oh, another pry bar. Something tells me. Oh, hello, Reishi mushroom that's randomly laying underneath that. How you doing? How you doing, cuz? Alright, we got ourselves. We can force this right here. See if there's anything inside of it. You do have a better chance with locked things of getting items out of them, in my experience. Nada. I don't see anything in the back. You can peep the windows real quick, but yeah, it looks like we're not going to have any luck there. It looks like they had a little grow-op going over here. Yeah. Another hatchet, just in case you missed the last 5. We got a supply bin, cedar firewood, and some lantern fuel. That's a good find. I'll take the lantern fuel. I hear a crow. I think he's trying to guide me to the community center, but Crow don't understand. My desire to loot supersedes my desire to move the storyline along. I like to be well stocked. I like to be in good shape as far as my supplies go. More matches, more lantern fuel, more mittens. Those are pretty good mittens right there. An interloper, those are some of the better mittens that you can get. Go ahead and fix them real fast. It only takes a minute. Perfecto. Yep, looking good. And what else we got going on? Free cloth right there. Some dog food, eh? Okay. Dog food is not optimally something that I'm looking for right this second, but you get hungry enough, anything starts to smell delicious. A bandage. We may end up bleeding before this adventure is over, so yeah. Let's go ahead and grab that. This place is accessible from right here, and I think this is probably where we'll bed down for the night, maybe. Like, we'll see what we find. But, oh my god, there's so much loot. So, like, I play this game, have I said that already? I play this game on Interloper, which is the hardest mode. It's kind of the roguelike mode of this game when you're playing Sandbox, and it's my favorite game of all time. I love playing on Interloper. Like, I adore it. There's no other game I quite enjoy like Interloper gameplay. And so anyways, I'm not used to seeing this much loot, because Interloper is basically you surviving off the land. Like, there is basically no loot on Interloper. It's just you crafting and trapping and doing everything you can to survive with no help. There's occasional loot, but it is few and far between, in my experience. Although I think it got buffed like a patch or two ago, so there's been a little bit more. But still, no guns, no none of that stuff. You just gotta make it all by yourself with your intuition. And that's what makes it kind of fun, is that if you die, it's definitely like your fault. You screwed up somehow. And you know, you gotta take that lesson on and do better next time. I don't really care about the ragged t-shirt. Some more socks, but I don't think the socks are really entirely necessary right now. I was hoping maybe we find ourselves another parka. A hoodie's okay. Like, I can live with a hoodie. But... Did I miss something on the bed? I saw something red over there. We got a lot of water on us right now. We may have to stash some of this water somewhere so that we can move more effectively. We also got a stimulant injector right there. The stimulant injector gives you a fat boost to HP, so it'll give you some of your HP back, and then it maxes out your stamina for like maybe an hour or two, or maybe like 30 minutes. But when it runs out, your stamina instantly goes down to 0. And so what I like to do is when my health is low, I like to stab myself with the injector, wait 30 minutes, come down, and then sleep, even though I was going to sleep anyways, for a fast, quick, and easy health potion. That's what I like to do. They may have changed that. It may not work anymore, but it worked back when I played the game last. More driving gloves, huh? Alright. Lots of people with, like, these Italian-looking driving gloves. My name is Splattercat. This is the Long Dark, Episode 2. I will see you all next time. Today it was mostly us in transit. Then again, I am a bit of an exploration hound, so we're going to get caught up a lot in this playthrough with me just hitting random locations and like going through it for all the loot I can get my hands on. That's just kind of who I am when I play games like this. I simply cannot help myself. I have to get all of the loot. It's not negotiable. If you wanted to get this game for yourself, I got a link for you down below. Thank you for stopping on in. Take care till tomorrow, where I'll have something hot and fresh for you in the world of indie games. All right? See ya, and I'll be back soon.